What's good, y'all? Welcome back for another tarot energy forecast with your girl Tatianna Tarot. This week we're hitting up February 5th all the way to February 11th. All right, happy Black History Month. I love you guys so deep, and happy Venusian month because we do have Valentine's Day. It's a made-up holiday, yes, but every day should be a day to celebrate your sensuality, your pleasure, your femininity, you know. And so we've got a 2-in-1 situation hitting us up for February. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. You can find me every Sunday giving you the 411 of what to expect for all 12 signs broken into its elemental components. So fire, earth, water, and air. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. You're going to want to watch all your sun, moon, rising, Venus and your elementals to see what's going on for the week ahead, maybe month ahead, maybe weeks ahead. Whatever resonates with you, take it and leave the rest. I love giving you guys this forecast and this weekly tea. Here we got Wolfie. Wolfie can't act. Wolfie, you want to say hi? Say hi to the people. Wolfie's been teething. He's dropped a couple of teeth. So far, you know, Wolfie's always here when I give readings, so you know that boy, he don't know what to do. Anyway, y'all, in honor of this month, I am re-releasing my Art of Sensuality mini course. It's got 6+ modules in there, tapping into your divine feminine and awakening your magnetism and allure. But the beauty about this Art of Sensuality mini course is that I am re-releasing it with the deluxe version. So the deluxe version is going to have added modules onto it that emphasize love, that help us work all the blocks and kinks that we have when it comes to self-love, when it comes to attracting love, and when it comes to being love, right? Because if you look all over YouTube, we've got 50-11 videos about sensuality and do this to your glow up and buy this and luxury this. And I love it, baby. I am in there, a part of the luxury crew. I love it. But that does not replace doing the inner work. That does not replace doing the journaling, doing the subtle energy healing, doing the awareness work that on the mechanisms and the codes that lie underneath us, that is operating this whole machine, allowing us to be open and receptive to more love in our lives, more pleasure, more sensuality, feeling comfy, feeling cozy in our skin, and really awakening our ability to magnetize things to us so that we don't work harder, we work easier. All right, so that's what this mini course is all about. And the deluxe version has added meditations, journal prompts, activation, shamanic meditations, tutorials, and things of this sort that just amplify the whole mini course. The mini course is on sale. It is $111, okay, for this whole month. It's usually on. It's usually for $222. You can get it for $111. Okay, if you already own the Art of Sensuality, then you have the deluxe components and more will be added on this month as well. So go ahead and grab that down below. Also on February 25th on my Possess Your Spirit membership, I am hosting a group shamanic healing regarding all the modalities we learn in the Art of Sensuality. If you know anything about working in a group container, you know the more the merrier. Everybody's fields, compounds, and really amplifies the work inside what we're doing together. And so if you're looking for transformation, if you're looking for rapid change, if you're looking to do the work in community with other people, I advise you to go ahead, grab the mini course while it's on sale, do the work, process it, grab a journal just for the mini course, or start a Google Doc for the mini course, okay? And come join us on February 25th where we'll be doing it in a group container exclusively. You know, usually my classes, look what Wolfie pulled. He pulled the 3 of Swords. So this is not a sign, okay? It's time to work through the grief. It's time to work through the cords, the attachments, the maybe ancestral curses and holds that you have when it comes to loving yourself deeply, being open to love in all its forms, not just romantic and platonic, but being open to all of the benevolent favor the universe has for you, right? Most of us can't receive what we ask for in our desires because we have a wall against receiving. We have blockages with receiving. Our heart space and field is shut down, or we feel that we're unworthy. We feel like we don't deserve. And so a lot of the Art of Sensuality and the modules go through many teachings that I have gone through myself to help me open up more, to help me embrace more of my authentic self, to help me soften up, get that soft life. You can go ahead and buy all the things and dress for a soft life, but if your interior is working on old codes and old programming and old belief systems that are not in alignment with what the soft life truly is, then you're really not gonna have it in your life. And so the Art of Sensuality teaches you all of that stuff for you to do at home, to work through it. It's like a mini coaching course for sensual magnetism, pleasure, and love, right? And so again, February 25th, we're going to be doing this in a big container. I'll be announcing it on my other social media platforms. And so many good things in there. Okay, so go grab that below and meet me at Possess Your Spirit. If you have the membership, you can meet me there on the 25th. So let's get into it. Let's get into this week's reading for all the elemental signs. I want to just take a moment and feel, what is the first sign I should be reading for? Water's coming up. Okay, so water's coming up. I know it's Aquarius season, but that is air. If you guys want my Aquarius season scopes, go ahead and add me and look me up on Instagram at Tatianna Tarot. That's with 2 N's, at Tatianna Tarot. I've got the written Aquarius scopes for all signs there. They're very helpful. People have been really enjoying it. Okay, so you can catch them there if you're curious about what to expect for Aquarius season. But water signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, water signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. What just flew out is the Queen of Wands. Okay, water signs, the Queen of Wands. So this week, leading up into the future weeks, we are new month, new you. Queen of Wands is the queen of empowerment. This is a woman who knows who she is, who knows her worth, and will not back down. She's not going to stand up for the throne just for any little thing. She's not even going to be, but she's the epitome of unbothered. She's the element of fire here. So what is being communicated to you, water signs, is that you need to build your container, your ability to withstand being unbothered. Meaning that things are going to trigger you, things are going to irritate you, things are going to cause an emotional reaction within you. That is just life, right? But rather than react to something, and obviously I'm speaking in nuance, because if someone's disrespecting you, you see something that is particularly polarizing or triggering to you, it's in your right to do something or say something. But it is how we react that elicits the reaction and the consequence and the aftermath that we desire, right? And so with this whole theme of being unbothered with the Queen of Wands, water signs, you're being reminded and you're being told that not everything needs a reaction. And mind you, when you're thinking about reaction, when you're thinking about speaking or having specific thoughts to counteract the thing that you just experienced that's going to trigger you, think about it in terms of dishing out currency. You are giving your currency of your time, your energy, your frequency away to something that is not even worth your time. So being unbothered doesn't mean ignoring when something is quite literally bothering you. It's just saying, I'm going to choose the high road and I'm going to let my ancestors, my guides, source, creator, deal with that. I'm going to notice what sort of reaction it causes and stirs up within me. I'm going to notice it. but maybe you're gonna choose to not even react to it in the way that you normally would. Okay, because it is beneath you. When we're looking at the Queen of Wands, we're looking at what is being of an elevated stance, being of a superior stance, knowing who you are, knowing what merits a reaction from you or not, knowing this dog is driving me crazy, knowing what deserves your time and your energy. So Queen of Wands also for you water signs is giving superior confidence. It really is this week. I don't know what it is actually. You could just be piggybacking from the previous weeks that you've had. You've had quite a stream of good readings, water signs. Queen of Wands is confidence. Because, you know, it's not even just confidence in herself, it's confidence in the supernatural forces that surround her. We see that clued in the symbol of the black cat that lies at her feet, almost as if the black cat is awaiting a cue, a command from the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is looking very relaxed. She's looking out into the abyss, so she's already sensing the future. And this black cat is very much anchored in the present moment. And so it's giving this sense of you are supported on all timelines. You are confident, regardless of what's going on in your life now, you will have your way. A way will be created. You are in the flow, and yet you are so empowered. You know what moves to take when you need to take them. You know that when your intuition, because this is very much about embodying intuition and embodying the action that intuition inspires you with, because intuition is part feminine and is part masculine. There's a portion of it where you need to be still to receive the cues, and there's a portion of it where you need to act on the cues. All right. And so Queen of Wands is like a perfect marriage of both. She knows that she will act at the right moment, and she knows that she will receive the signs in a very clear and concise way. She's not going to have to ask 11th time for the same sign over and over again. She's not going to have to shuffle the cards for a new message. She is really fully embodied. She's in the flow. She's passionate. She's filled with sensual conviction. And yet at the same time, she's very no nonsense because she's boundaried up. She's got firm boundaries. So for this week, water signs, not only are you unbothered, not only are you confident, not only are you embodied in your intuition, but you've got this clarity over boundaries now, stepping into, I really do feel like this is a new level of self. This is a new chapter of self. This is 3.0 version of you, which is kind of telling me that whatever changes, whatever inner work you have been doing, whatever prayers you've been praying, there's a portion of that which you ask for it, you sit back, you wait to receive it, but sometimes life gives you lessons in order for you to prepare yourself to receive it. And the integration process of integrating those lessons, those new energies, the in-between land of being at the crossroads of who you were as opposed to who you're going to be, all of that is kind of fading away into the background as you step more and more into who you are. So what this is communicating, water signs, is that you're entering a new timeline. A lot of you guys, if you timeline jump, I suggest you timeline jump. We have a timeline jump in the Art of Sensuality, and we have plenty in the Possess Your Spirit membership. So choose your weapon, right? But timeline jumping is just based on quantum physics, quantum science, where you're jumping into a parallel universe where that version of you is already fully embodied and living out the desire that you want, that you don't quite have yet in this timeline. but it is scientifically proven that there is a version of you elsewhere out in the universe that is living everything that you want. And what you're doing is you're bypassing time. You're going from this version to that version. You're collapsing timelines, and you're bringing that energy to the here and now. Okay, so that when you jump into that timeline, you already feel like that person that has it all. You already have all the belief systems. You already have the mannerisms, the actions, and the cues, so that everything lines up and that portal is open for you to receive what you desire. I feel like you guys have timeline jumps, and many of you have not even realized it. Or if you're actively timeline jumping in order for you to be in alignment with your desires, then this is a good sign with the Queen of Wands that you are stepping into a new chapter, that you are now emerging onto a new movie, so to speak, of yourself. And this movie entails the prioritization of your pleasure, the prioritization of you putting yourself first. What do I want? What is the best decision for me to make now? You know, how would I feel? How does this feel for me? Really, really being in the body, really positioned to take action, but almost this fearlessness, like, I'm gonna throw myself out there. I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna make this move. I'm gonna break up with this person. I really don't have time to waste. There's one life to live. I don't have time to waste. My goals are X, Y, and Z. And in order for me to reach X, Y, and Z, I need to be this way. And I might as well start making those executive decisions. This is all about being an executive in your own life, overseeing all of the tiny decisions, the details that it takes for you to get from point A to point B. I would suggest water signs that you engage in some sort of timeline jumping meditation. I already told you where you can find that, because I think that's going to help firmly solidify everything if you haven't done that already. Queen of Wands, study the greats, study the people, and I speak about this briefly in the Art of Sensuality. This is about main character energy. Main character energy is knowing that there's only one of you in this entire freaking existence, aside from the versions of you in each parallel timeline. But there's only one identity of you. There's only one with your DNA. There's only one with your spirit and your essence. And so who are you to not be great? Who are you to not be magnificent? You are a child of God, right? And so why aren't you acting like that, right? And so this Queen of Wands embodies main character energy. It's a version of fuck you versus I'm really in a world all by myself. I'm focusing on myself. Everything else is irrelevant. Again, nuanced, right? Because there are things that the Queen of Wands obviously cares about. But she's not dwelling excessively in things that she can't control. She's really focusing on herself, focusing on her pleasure, focusing on leveling herself up, focusing on engaging in the world that she is creating for herself in her movie, focusing on her being the main character energy. And a lot of that entails invoking the imagination, imagining yourself in places that you dare wouldn't be, go, see, do, have, because you just didn't think it was possible. But this week encourages you not only to imagine it, but to be it and live it. So the homework for you, water signs, is what tiny action steps do you need to take in your day-to-day that is eliminating everything that is not you? What tiny action steps do you need to take in your day-to-day that is eliminating everything that is not you? Okay, so that might mean minimizing on self-deprecating talk, spending less time with certain people that are in a particular mindset and a mind frame that brings you back to an old you that is not in alignment with who you want to be. It's not who you are. Getting rid of donating or up leveling somehow your wardrobe because it's not who you are. Changing your diet because the prior diet to what you were partaking in is not who you are. It's not healthy. It's not conducive to who you want to be, right? So main character energy is the emphasis for you water signs this week. There's a lot in this card, okay? A lot wants to talk. Wolfie, please. All right? And coupled with that card is the Fool. The Fool card, which just also emphasizes this new chapter. The Fool is asking you to, you see, every week it deals with my offer. Really, every reading, every week has some sort of tying into what medicine I'm offering you guys. And so the Fool deals with play. It deals with the inner child. It is the number 0. It is the number of creation and ushering a new spirit, a new energy into creation. So I think a lot of you water signs are about to discover a new version of yourself that you didn't know existed this week. It may be a more passionate, more fierce, more daring version of yourself. And hold on, because I forgot to tell you this with main character energy. Before I move on into the inner child, new paradigm, new version of yourself, meeting a new aspect of yourself you didn't know was possible. Going back to main character energy with the Queen of Wands, you want to study the greats. And again, I spoke about this in the Art of Sensuality. Study the greats, study the divine feminine examples, whether it be in your own life, whether it be in media, whether it be historically, that model and embody some sort of aspect of the divine feminine that you want to bring out, that you know you have within you, you want to bring out, that you love, you respect, you cherish, right? That could be Cleopatra, Nefertiti, Rihanna, Beyonce, Michelle Obama. It could be a plethora of women. It could be your great grandma. It could be your own mother. It could be your sister. It could be Nana Buruku. It could be Oshun, right? But you should have some sort of a reference point to various types of divine feminine archetypes, so you can see and relate and be able to make the connections between those archetypes and the way that that divine femininity is expressed in those archetypes, and how your divine femininity is expressed in your own unique soul archetype from the time to time. Because being a main character energy does not mean you're going to be a stoic person and you're going to be a linear person. You're a multi-dimensional person. So you'll be a main character energy as a parent, be main character energy as an entrepreneur, be main character energy as a student, as a daughter, as a lover, you know, as a chef, what have you. But I say that to study, to be able to recognize, to be able to acknowledge your own divine feminine energy. Because I bet you a lot of you guys, regardless of this being water signs or not, you don't even talk to the divine feminine in you. You only talk to one aspect of source and not both the divine masculine aspect of source and the divine feminine aspect of source that both live within you. So for this week, your homework, okay, and we also do this more in detail on the Art of Sensuality. Go ahead and make a list of maybe 5 to 10 divine feminine archetypes, okay, whether it be spirits, deities, whether it be personas in media or in your own ancestral lineage that you admire, that you want to awaken that divine feminine aspect in your own life, okay, in your own vessel. All right, now going back, moving forward to the Fool, water signs. And where is the Fool taking us? New you. Okay, so it could be bringing out one of these main characters, one of these spirits in you, one of these divine feminine archetypes within you that you didn't know. Wow, that's me. I didn't know I had it in me. I didn't know that she lived within me. I didn't know that this person was in me, right? The Fool this is a big week for play. In order to be in your feminine bag, You need to be able to flirt and play with life. Look at the fool. His ass is about to fall off a cliff. He don't give a fuck. Excuse me, YouTube. He don't care. Because why? He's like frolicking in the wind. He's talking to the spirits. He's enjoying the breeze. He's like, when I told y'all to tell it to the trees, he's telling it to the winds. Right? And he's like, fra la 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 la. Like, he's got a rose. He thinks he's sealed. Kiss from the rose in the rain. He is really just not... No F's given. He's just really in the flow of things. That is the embodiment of the fool. The fool knows no resistance. The fool knows no caution, knows no danger, because he just got out of the void. He's a creature of God. He just got out of the womb. This is the first of all tarot cards. It's the number 0. So some of you guys are about to rebirth yourself. There's an aspect to your femininity that's about to rebirth itself. There's probably a new main character energy that you're creating. And why not? Because we're creating moment to moment. Every moment, millisecond is a new timeline that we're jumping into. It's just that we have a repetition of habits, of thoughts, of beliefs, of action that we do. We wake up, we look at their phone, we brush our teeth, we think about something that bothered us. We wear the same clothes. We take the same route to work. We talk to the same people. We don't talk to the same people. We still have the same thing that happened to us 5 years ago impact us today, right? So it's the same repetitive energy that keeps on recycling. Some of you are getting out of that monotonous cycle. Oh, look what flew out. The Wheel of Fortune. I thought this was going to be the Fool. Look what flew out with the Wheel of Fortune. Getting out of the cycle, starting a new cycle. The universe has so much for you here. This is about fate. This is about be aware of your patterns. This is in year 8. Be aware of your patterns. Be aware of what you're thinking. Be aware of what you're saying. Be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of what you're choosing. Be aware of the character you're deciding to play moment to moment, okay? And that requires being heavily rooted in the present, which requires you to be in your body. Taking a deep breath and just checking in periodically. How do I feel? What's coming up? Journaling if you can. Meditating if you can. Getting to know your core energy and your core frequency that makes you uniquely you. I suspect water signs, this is quite a magical week for you. This is a private week. This isn't a week for you to frolic and kiki. I mean, you can frolic and kiki with other people, but I really do believe that the Art of Sensuality is going to be a great addition to you, because this week is about embodying your sensuality, embodying your power, embodying that main character energy. How you can go about doing that is playing more, is flirting more. Flirt with yourself. Flirt with yourself. When you're putting on whatever creams after you take a bath, be like, damn, I love them legs. Go smack yourself. Go kiss yourself in the mirror, right? Go do a little shake in front of the mirror, right? Why do you hold these things for future partners or current partners? Why don't you do it all the time? Go flirt with people around you. Flirting doesn't always have to be romantic. Just spark up a conversation, play, be light. Smile at babies, smile, make eye contact with people, wave at people, send people energy. You're gonna get that all back. Go hug a tree, go touch grass, you know? Come on, right? They need to be flirting, right, Wolfie? They need to be flirting. See, okay, yeah. Mwah. Okay, so water signs, with the Wheel of Fortune, I don't think it's a mistake. I think a lot of you guys this week are ending some patterns and some repetitive habits that have held you back from being that main character energy. And it's really not as hard. A lot of people will say, it's hard. It's hard to change. It's hard to change because you've decided it's hard to change, because you're probably around people that model that it's hard to change. You make it as easy or as hard as you want it to be. So make that decision. Just every day I decide that I'm going to be like this. I decide to have this day. And I don't care what happens. I'm going to observe, and I'm going to still be rooted in that character, in that energy. If you build an imaginary character for yourself, And it's not imaginary because it lives out there in the ethers. It lives in the mind of God. Therefore, you can bring it forth. If it's a desire of yours, you're meant to have it. All right? So the Queen of Wands is all about embodying her desires, choosing that she is worthy of her desires, and being the energy where she's open to receiving those desires. As delusional as it may be, she doesn't care because she's the main character in her own world and everyone else is a peasant. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so what's next? Air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this week. Air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the energy for air? Air signs. So this is your first card. And look, air signs, we're getting the Empress. Now, there is a distinct difference between an elevated energy, and I don't want to say elevated as like, oh my God, it's so much better, from Empress versus Queens. Queens have a support system that work for them. Queens have a king, they've got a pawn, they've got a knight, right? They've got the aces all the way to the tens of whatever suit that they are in. So they have a whole system that's working for them, that supports them, that alleviates all the stress and all of the responsibilities they have to do on a day-to-day in order for them to dream, in order for them to create, in order for them to rule, right? Queens still abide by some sort of structural hierarchical system. There is some sort of divine masculine linear organizational system there that makes them regal. They know that they're regal, but they're appointed. The Empress knows that they are regal and appointed by God. So the Empress works with the currency of God and the currency of the universe and the currency of their spirits and their ancestors. So they are superior in the sense that they're no longer bounded by earthly things. There's no hierarchy here that yes, the Empress is higher than a queen, but they're higher than a queen because they are now following the laws and the laws of God, the laws of the universe. And one of them is like the law of attraction, right? It's very nuanced. It's not explained very well, but that's just one of the laws. And so the Empress is on another plateau altogether. So air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, this is calling your divine feminine energy. We're getting a lot of divine femininity this week. And I'm not surprised because we just had 2-2 pass. And 2-2 is about partnerships, relationships. We are in the month of Valentine's Day, a lot of love energy in general. Whether you partake or not, it's still the collective energy. And so with this divine femininity, air signs, you are being called to connect deeper to source, to creator within, to work with the codes and the laws of God, of creator, to work with metaphysical forces, supernatural forces, for those things to do the heavy lifting for you. Queen usually has a team, a staff, and sometimes they engage in metaphysical things. Yes, they're just starting to get into the embodiment of that, but they also have a staff, right? They've got a hierarchical system and structure. The Empress has a whole empire of staff, but her staff is her ancestors, her spirit guides, source, that does the heavy lifting for her. She lives in this realm of being a sorceress because she's working from source. A lot of people give sorcery a bad name, but sorcery, if you break it down, it's someone who works with source, someone who commands the forces of source to work for them, for manifestation, for desires. So air signs, what do you have in your toolkit that can help you manifest your desires in your divine feminine energy? There's something in you with this Empress that is telling you you're working harder, you're not working smarter, and it's not even about what do I need to do, it's who do I need to be energetically? How do I let go so I let the flow of source work through me and bring what I want? How do I, and I think the homework for you air signs is a constant practice of surrendering, a constant practice of falling back into ease, falling back into relaxation, falling back into flow, because she doesn't work for things work for her. She's in the flow, in the law of the universe. Things just work. The universe is infinitely abundant, and she inherently knows that. Empress needs time to dream. She needs time to be in her feminine energy. The feminine energy by nature is naturally magnetic. It's nothing for the Empress to just sit there and just let things flow to her instantly. If she thinks about it, it instantly manifests in a day or so, if not right on the spot. If she starts seeing signs of it manifesting. So air signs, what do you need to do to become more like that? What do you need to release? Right? What worries and stress, what limitations and beliefs do you have that's saying this is not possible for me? I have to work harder. I have to control everything. I can't relax. I can't play. I can't dream. I can't indulge. The more you indulge in your pleasure, the more rewards you get with the Empress. The Empress just lounges, receives her massages, meditates, probably always quantum jumping, is gardening or doing something feminine that she enjoys, is dancing, listening to beautiful music, cooking, you know. The sun, air signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. I tell you, I don't know what's going on this week. It is like divine feminine overflow, because the sun is allowing your natural light to shine in the world. Allowing your natural light, and the divine feminine is saying you can trust it. I'm not even going to get stressed out about nothing. What is this worrying? I'm worried people are going to think this of me. I'm worried people are going to think that this is silly. The Empress doesn't care. The Empress is a sorceress. Her job is to be an open vessel and to be obedient to source and to let source work through her. That's her only job. How can I relax so I can be more obedient to the directions and the guidance of source working through me? Source wants me to release this business. Okay, what do I need to do to make this business successful? What's the first thing? Laugh more. Okay, laugh more. Maybe I should just watch a movie and relax while my sales go up. Maybe I'll make a post about this, laugh about it, make, you know, things that are soft and easeful like that for you. Air signs, the sun, if you guys are not, this is a lot of feminine energy, and feminine energy can go in a lot of directions. It's about creation. The sun can also be children. So you guys need to be careful. If you don't want to have kids, buckle up. You know, if you don't want to have kids, buckle up, because that could be a lot of children. That could be a lot of pregnancies, or alternatively, it can also be pregnant with ideas. Pregnant with your femininity is now expressing itself in new avenues. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, air signs, if you start dressing in a new fashion, getting a new haircut, acquiring new girlfriends, finding new fun places to go to, new restaurants, clubs, new hobbies that are like, ooh, it brings me pleasure in my body. That is your job, air signs, to invoke more pleasure in your body this week. That will allow your natural light to shine. Whatever way you are blocking your natural light to shine, you gotta let it go. Okay? You gotta let it go. It is your mission to allow your authenticity to speak through you. Okay? And I really do feel like this is going to be tied in to money. If you guys have been like, oh, I've only been making this much, or I've been applying, I can't find things, or I'm not getting any new ideas for my business, it is really tied into your pleasure and how much you will allow your light to shine. How much, and that is also tied into self-criticism and judgment. For those that have mothers with sons, pay attention to them. Pay attention to your boys. This could be a good week for quality time with them in terms of showering more maternal feminine energy. Teach your boys about healthy pleasure. Teach them about healthy hygiene, about creativity, coloring, drawing with them, doing some sort of arts and crafts with them, cooking with them, something that engages in the senses. This could be a really pivotal week for you air signs to bond in a way that is more intimate than ever before. You could have some deep conversations while you guys are baking something, mixing something, creating something, building something, even with Legos. I'm getting that sort of energy. And for the rest of you guys, I do feel like this feminine energy may be articulated in the themes of business and entrepreneurship or creativity, right? And so if you guys have a 9-to-5, you don't work for yourself, you might find your feminine energy is also working with its divine masculine energy to take a hobby more serious or an outside project more serious. Maybe you're like, I am actually going to finish that book that I said I was going to write, or I am going to do this non-for-profit side project that I said I was going to do, or I do really want to commit to this weight loss program or this diet, or I really want to step it up when it comes to showing up for friends, so I'm going to commit to going out more often. There's going to be some sort of side project, a hobby, or something that a lot of you guys are going to re-pick up again, or it's going to come in the form of inspiration. And that masculine energy is you building a plan and making it sustainable so that you can actually do it, right? So that the divine feminine portion of you that's like, I want this desire, is actually supported by a healthy container in terms of how you're going to go about and get that desire. I do see a lot of money for you air signs. So this might not always come in the form of something immediate. I do see it being in like some sort of a lump sum or a summation of various lump sums. If you guys are into course creation, if you are influencers, if you are making physical products, this could be a good month for you. If you guys are sitting on any ideas that have just been marinating and you're just like, you have never done anything, you've never sold anything, this could be a good month for you to actually create a game plan to do it. You know, the sun, not only is it an inner childlike energy, a new birth of something, it is putting something into motion. It is almost like a divine yes from source. It is support. And so you have that, like the universe wants to support you. The divine masculine energy wants to support the Empress so that she is not working all the time. So she is resting in her femininity and receiving these downloads and making money from them, right? So this week, receive those downloads. And if they are, you know, repeating and they keep on showing up, it's time to take action on them. You know, they're not accidental. How many of us are sitting on, this is an example I had years ago when I lived in New Orleans. This is before I was making any digital products. I had an idea of making, actually, funny enough, it was like the first rendition of the Art of Sensuality. It wasn't the Art of Sensuality at all. I called it the Root of Love. And it was a series of techniques and journals and spreads that helped you work through love blockages, right? So it was very similar, but not, it was just like a little mini version of it. And I had never created anything like that. I think at that time I was even using Podia, and that's a completely different system than what I use now. But I had been sitting on that idea for months, thinking that it was a little far-fetched for me to even sell anything online. I don't know why. I was still doing readings all the time. That was all that I was doing, and occasionally teaching in person, in Bed-Stuy, in New Orleans, in wherever, LA, wherever I would go, I would teach. But I wasn't creating anything digital. And then it took me long enough to go through a breakup with my ex-husband to be like, okay, I'm going to freaking release this Root of Love, because a lot of this shit that I did in this package really just uprooted my love life. And yeah, it was very much a tower moment, but it was the best thing for me. It was like liberation. It like woke in my eyes to all of these ancestral things that I had been going through blindly through that marriage at that time, right? And so I was like, I have to release it. And when I released it, I made like 16, 18K in like 2 days. It was phenomenal. The sales were off the roof. Everybody and their mama bought it. So I say that to say, you could be sitting on something that is basic. It took nothing for me to compile that. You know, it was all channeled from the heart. But if you have an idea, if you have like, I really want to do this live, or I really want to do this class, or I really want to pitch this to this business, or I really want to open this up, please do it. Because a lot of you guys are, what I'm getting here in this message that reminded me of that example, is that a lot of you guys are sitting on money. You're sitting on money and you're asking like, well, how do I get more money? Sometimes it's not physical. Okay, money's not physical. It's a currency. It's a currency of source, right? And sometimes you have to translate that currency into a physical action. What we see here in the sun, you're receiving the downloads while you're resting. Okay, maybe you got a daydream while you were eating, or while you were showering, or while you were sleeping, or while you were watching something on Netflix. You received it while you were relaxing. And now the inner child, the divine masculine, the sun, is trying to be like, shine your light, put a structure on that thing, put it out into the world, right? Because a lot of you, okay, that light, people need to see you to buy from you. People need to know what you're offering to buy from you. So you guys need to be able to put aside anything that is telling you, I can't do this, I'm not ready for this, I have not studied enough for this, I don't have enough followers for this. Whatever the excuse is, that is coming from a space of lack. And that is not what the Empress is about, air signs. You're not about lack this week. In fact, I would go back and watch the water signs, because their reading was very similar to yours as well, okay? You need to step into this main character energy where the Empress, where she's working with the supernatural forces, she's working with these multi-dimensional forces, and she's clearing whatever's coming up. If you have like, oh, I'm not ready for this, where is that coming up? Open your Akashic records, do a higher self meditation, do an automatic writing, speak to source, speak to your ancestors, go to your altar, pray. You have these resources. You have these resources for a reason, because they can help you. They're your spirit therapists. They're here to help you uncondition, decondition, recode yourself to success, right? A lot of these things, again, we do in the Art of Sensuality and in my Possess Your Spirit membership. But you've got resources regardless of those two things. You've got resources everywhere. Just please use it, air signs. So we're going to go to Earth now. Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this week. What is their reading? Spirit, Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Flow, don't force. Flow, don't force. And as soon as I said that, what flew out? Earth sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You're getting the Earth sign card for all Earth signs. You're getting the Ace of Pentacles. And while we're on the topic of money, while we're on the topic of the currency of God, Spirit once told me wealth is the currency of God and love is wealth in all forms. So the Ace of Pentacles is coming out for you, Earth signs. I think that this is going to be an abundant month for all signs. I'm just going to lay that out there. I just really feel like the currency of financial expansion is coupled with people really getting out of this monotonous space of tired of waiting, tired of asking, tired of the same old redundancy of what they see on social media, tired of the fake, and they want to remember the secrets of their ancestors. They want to really fully live life for the fullest with the time they have left. They want to thrive in all areas of their life, right? And so what we have here is money is coming in, money is all around us, money is circulating all around us because it's just energy, just like anything else. But now we're making ourselves more, ¿cómo se dice? They say disponible. How do you say this in English? You're positioning yourself, I don't even remember. Somebody can tell me in the captions. You're positioning yourself right in front of money to receive. You're opening yourself up, and you don't even need to position yourself anywhere because it's everywhere. It will find you. That could be one of your mantras. That could be one of your affirmations is money finds me in all forms aligned. Money finds me anywhere. Money finds me while I'm washing my hair. Money finds me while I'm washing the dishes. Money finds me while I sleep. Money finds me while I'm out in a party. Money finds me while I'm talking to my friend on the phone. Money finds me anywhere. Okay, I have opened my heart through my intention to say, money find me. The money that is aligned for me, money and wealth in all forms that is aligned for me for my highest good and the highest good of everyone finds me. It finds me all the time. Because you're now opening yourself up, and I think a lot of this does entail deconditioning the mind to think that this has to be hard, to think it has to come in one way, to think that you're not worthy of it. Because you've been doing that sort of work, it's streaming in. You're starting to see confirmations of it. You're starting to be surrounded by people that have more of it. You're starting to not be afraid of it. A lot of our hang-ups about money, and the reason why money doesn't want to be around us is because there's a fear of money. You're not even learning about the ways in which you can invest money, the ways in which you can save money, what you can do with the money you have now to make it compound, right? You're not even taking action on the money ideas you've already been given. I gave an example for the prior sign, the air signs of this. And so why is money going to come to you if you're treating it like a stranger, if you're treating it like a virus that you don't want to touch or get near? Like when you have bills and stuff, it's always like, But those bills are an exchange of currency, an exchange of money. You paid something to receive something, so be grateful for that. And yes, you have a bill, but also know that the universe is abundant and you will always be supplied with more than enough to be able to pay that bill off. So I do think with this Ace of Pentacles, you are gaining a superior mindset when it comes to wealth and abundance and the currency of financial gain. And not only are you getting this mindset expanding, you're starting to see other avenues and streams of abundance. I'm abundant in the breath that I take. I'm abundant in the day that I get to live, that it's peaceful outside. I'm abundant in the way I get to move my body. I'm able-bodied or whatever. I'm abundant that I get a full night's sleep when some people only get 1 or 2 hours of sleep. I'm abundant that I have some family members living, or whatever you're abundant in. You'll see it as a currency of money as well. See it as a currency of wealth and fill yourself up with that every day. You are grateful. You're full of greatness. You're always supplied with more. The Ace of Pentacles, what else do you want to say, Ace of Pentacles? Your job is to see the myriad of ways in which Earth sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, money's already flowing to you. Okay? So someone invites you out to dinner and they're like, it's on me. You create a gratitude list of an abundance list. I went out to dinner, that was free. You're walking down the street, you find $1, a penny or something. Found this, thank you so much, source. I'm more abundant. Write that in your list. You go somewhere, you go to Target and you buy a bunch of shit you didn't even know was on sale. You go to the cash register, they're like, oh, this is actually 20% off, boom. You write that on your abundance list. I thought it was, you know, I got this, it was actually discounted. And like you want to donate some of your clothes, you go to Beacon's Closet. You sell some of your clothes, boom, right? And start compounding the ways in which you are abundant. Somebody pours love into you, boom, put that into your abundance list. Somebody praises you, boom, put that into your abundance list, right? Start your day making at least 5 things you're grateful for in terms of being abundant. I'm full of abundant ideas. I'm an abundant stylist. The way that I style myself and other people is just radical. I'm abundant because I hear spirit in all forms and all ways. I'm abundant because I'm the child of so and 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 so, and therefore I cannot fail. You know? Being resourceful is the theme of the week. Seeing how many resources you have that you can transmute to the currency of financial gain. And also clearing out the energies of anything. You need to periodically clear out your business streams, your social media streams, your wallet, energetically or physically, whatever you want, you clear it out. There's meditations for you guys in my Possess Your Spirit. I also talk about this in the energetics of opulence, clearing out spaces where you want the stale energy to go so that new streams of income come through. You know, you don't want something to pass you by because the energy there just wasn't in alignment with that energy coming in. You want to always, with the metaphor that I'm getting is shining that penny. When a penny gets dull, when gold gets dull, when brass gets dull, once in a blue moon, you need to shine it. You need to buffer it. You need to, ¿cómo se dice? Cleanse it. You know, when you guys know what I mean, especially those that do jewelry, you gotta wipe it down. Wipe me down. You gotta wipe it down so the shine comes out. So shiny, it's new, so it could be seen. All right? That is what's coming up with the Ace of Pentacles. Hierophant. Hierophant, Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hierophant is a holy figure. It is also talking about the structures of what makes you you. What you've learned from your family. What you've learned from society. Who said you can't be a multimillionaire? Who said you can't do so and so? Who said you can't think about this in this way? Hierophant gets us to the core coding of who we are and what we've inherited from our environment. So if you want to look into your morphogenetic field, your morphic field, your energy field, to take a meditation, be like, what is in my field when it comes to abundance and money? What's coming up? Is it a memory? Is it somebody? Is it a word? You know? What did my ancestors and family feel about money? What did I learn? Maybe you want to sit with your ancestors and talk to them about the currency of abundance and what they have to tell you. Maybe you want to pray to the most elevated ancestors, the most prosperous ancestors in your lineage that were entrepreneurs, that were philosophers, that were professors, that were business owners, that made something out of nothing. You know, maybe they were hairdressers, they were cooks, they were artists, you know, teachers. Have them teach you about the currency of money, about abundance. You need to sit and learn. You know, Ace of Pentacles with the Hierophant is also telling me some of you guys need to enroll in some sort of course. You need to go back to school, or you need some sort of a financial mentor. You could look at so many financial videos on YouTube teaching you about this and that. Or it's not even financial videos, it's just videos on the currency of money. You can take the energetics of opulence to help you rework all of your belief systems about money to welcome in more ease and abundance. You can study the stock market, get into trading, get into investments. You can read a couple of books. I would definitely suggest Rich as Fuck by Amanda Frances. That is one of the best money books, energy books, the currency of wealth in general that I have read. And the tips and the homework that she provides is life-changing. We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel something. I'm blanking out on her last name, but you should be able to find it by looking up that book. Look up talks with Warren Buffett. Look up what he has to say. So many tips. What's this guy's name that I follow? Wall Street Looks Like Us, or the Wall Street Trapper. Go look into his stuff. There's so many resources for us out there, but the Hierophant is talking about a level of self-education that may help you with the recoding and the rewiring of what you've learned from your environment and from around us. No one's going to empower you. You're going to have to empower yourself. The Hierophant is saying it's time to kind of wipe the slate clear on what you've picked up on thus far. You need to up-level your money vibration and your education around it. From a metaphysical, spiritual, emotional, mental, and literal educational standpoint on all realms. You need to up-level your current perspective of money, how you handle money, how you take care of money, how you perceive money, how money works for you, what you believe about money, what you know about money, how to work with money, how to make yourself accessible to money. That is all coming up for you, air signs. You're getting the Sun too. I think this is all about clearing a path, clearing up an avenue for money to find you, and money in all forms. Trust when I say money, it's not just financial, it is abundance in all forms. And so with the Sun, I really do feel like as you get into this money work, it is going to be tied to other areas in your life that you didn't even realize, because it's the same currency. Right? What did I say in the beginning? It's like currency of source, which is the currency of love. And your ability to receive money is intrinsically tied into your self-worth, right? And so the more you do money work, you're going to come to realize that the roots and the layer of that may be tied into what you were taught about what you deserve and what you are feeling you are capable of receiving. Your ability to receive. Maybe you think I can't receive, like you know, if you think about it now, it's like, do you even think it's possible for you to receive 6-figure months, 7-figure months? You probably think like, oh, it's too far-fetched. Why do you think it's too far-fetched? What is telling you, what are the codes going on behind the scenes that are telling you that it's an impossibility, right? You might need to take steps to get there, but in the meantime, what's stopping you from taking those steps to get there, right? And so the sun wants to shine light on all of that. The sun also wants to say that there's a clear path for you here. You guys that work your Akashic records, you might want to look into your records with money contracts, soul contracts, your soul blueprint when it comes to money, vows and agreements you made in past life when it comes to money. You know how many stories we hear about people that were like nuns in a past life. They're like, I vow to never make money because it's sinful. I live a life of chastity and pious life, whatever. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm always broke because I was a nun. And that energy is carrying on to this timeline. Gotta clear it up. So many ways in which we could be gagged by the universe, let me tell you. But educate yourself, talk to your ancestors, work with elevated forces of wealth. All right, pray to your higher self, work with those elevated ancestors that were wealthy in your lineage. Even if you don't know them, you can still talk to them, you can still have them come through. If money is a spirit, why don't you go down, why don't you write in your journal to that spirit? Automatic writing, free flow, a free flow of consciousness, writing to the spirit of money. Money, what do you have to tell me? What do I have to learn? What do I need to understand? How do I become best friends with you? How do I work with you more? How do I allow your energy to flow more in my life? Right? So that's what's up for you, earth signs. Last and not least, fire, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Fire signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. What's going on with fire? Fire, you're getting the 3 of Pentacles. And fire, this is community. Your community needs you. A lot of you fire signs, you are emerging as leaders. You're emerging as innovators. Or it is time for you to be seen. It is time for you to network. Some of the resources you need, some of the opportunities you're looking for are coming in the form of other people. That somebody has a solution. Somebody has someone else for you to meet. Someone has a portal for you to enter. It is coming through the essence of another person. And so what the 3 of Pentacles can mean is it's time for you to go out and socialize, but with intention. You might want to go to events or pre-plan a time where you want to go to a retreat, in-person event, a class, anything that is specifically a niche to something that you want to get into, you want to explore more, or is calling you. Yes, this could be a time for aimless socializing and clubbing and stuff, but I really do get with the 3 of Pentacles, it's about building something here. So if you are like in the space of wanting to increase your streams of income and learn more about a particular topic, then you want to go to events, classes, courses, things like that in person, or even virtually, where you can meet people, get the medicine you need, exchange. Or you might be that person that's hosting that. You might be that person that's sitting on the seed for that to be birthed, right? And again, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Maybe it's like, oh, I really want to go to this one event. It's this one retreat and they're working on so-and-so and I know this is going to help heal me and da-da-da-da. And even if that's next year, you can start planning for it now, right? Or it's like a seminar, or it's a festival, or whatever it is, or it's a course. You're meeting a lot of people in that course virtually. This is a time to gather with community because there's a lot of wealth, there's a lot of medicine in the community, and there's lots to be built within the community, and you play a vital role. You hold the key here. fire signs. Okay, Spirit is telling you, don't be shy to initiate a plan. This may be a time, a week for you to sit down, draw out a plan, a structure. Step 1, step 2, step 3, to whatever it is that you want to get started and start doing. Here, what just flew out is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, again, is showing you in some sort of a guidance position, influential position. Some of this may hit for some of you influencers. Some of this may be like a lot of you guys need to rise up and notice that you have been cutting yourself short and you're much more influential than you give yourself credit for, right? Whether you're not getting credit for it at work, it is almost time to take the steps or put the steps in motion to find a space or to cultivate the space where you will be respected for the knowledge, that you can contribute. There's something here that you can offer, fire sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus, to the public, where people are hungry for it. People are ready for it. People need that message. People need your story. People need your presence. People need your medicine. People need your gifts. People need your healing services. People need whatever problem that you are there to solve. People need it. We see this in the Six of Pentacles. So again, picking back to this Three of Pentacles, this is either you building with people in community for that very thing that you can help them with, or this is you positioning yourself in some sort of event, or booking an event or attending events, seminars, festivals, and things of the sort that maybe will give you the inspiration on what you want to create later in the future, or will empower you to make the moves that you need to make now. Again, this is a good time for you fire signs to sit down with a journal or sit down with some sort of strategy. You know how people need to make content strategies and they're like, this is what I'm going to make for this month. It's still the beginning of the month, so you can do something like that. Of course, if you're not a content creator, it's not going to apply to you, but it could be like, what are the steps I need to take in order for me to buy my house, my dream house, right? And you're sitting down and you're sitting with spirit and you're opening up to receive that message. Or maybe you've gone to some sort of course or an event, a program online or something that is helping you answer those steps, and you're creating like a blueprint for you to follow tangibly, like I see you writing down. Or maybe it's just even a mastermind with your close friends, you know, like a group chat where you guys are planning something together. You're planning a study night every week. You want to study something. You want to improve on something. You're doing a susu. Maybe it's a susu. Hey, right? It's very susu cards. But whatever it is, I do see you elevating in terms of your confidence, of your ability to deliver this to people in need, in your ability to position yourself as a superior, as someone who is very knowledgeable and well informed in your industry, and whatever that industry is. Fire signs. So I think about this being your next big step. Taking it above and beyond, doing it. And this could be the planning stages. It doesn't mean that anything serious is popping off right away. But there is something here that is noteworthy of realizing that you have that other people don't have. And look, we keep on getting confirmations of it because this is the Two of Cups. And so this is someone meeting you eye to eye. You're exchanging. You're exchanging information, you're exchanging value, you're exchanging energy with this Two of Cups. And so that is giving us the green light. I also feel like there may be someone in your life that is really supportive of you, whether it's financially, verbally, emotionally. It could be a love partner, or it could be a friend that cares for you deeply, that's like, yes, you can do this. I know you can do this. I've been pushing you behind the scenes to do this for some time. And so this is a beacon of support that you can rely on if you feel like what you're doing is a little far-fetched, because I think in some element you're so early in the planning stages that it can feel like it's a little overwhelming. And I think that's why Spirit wants you to go out there and network and connect with community, because you might see that there are other similar like-minded individuals that are maybe not in the same industry, but they're rocking and rolling with their ideas. They're moving forward with it. They're doing it, right? So whether or not you want to do a mom and pop shop, whether or not you finally want to transition from having a side business to going full entrepreneur, whether you want to jump from this career to another career, you want to do a massive move, you want to transition your kids in some area, whatever this falls on, you are really supported, you are really held, you're really seen, and the message here is that there's a gift that needs to be out into the world that only you can provide. And this is a time this is the time to cultivate that gift, to sharpen it up, and also like on the back end, create the blueprint that is going to enable you to share that and be successful with that. So thank y'all so much for rocking with me this week. Again, if you have Possess Your Spirit, if you want to join in, it's my monthly membership. We do a lot of fun stuff on there. A lot of this energy work that I speak of, and recoding and clearing and adding and shamanic meditations and all that fun stuff. You can join down below. You can meet me on February 25th. We are kicking for the Art of Sensuality Deluxe version. We're doing the masterclass with that. So we're going to be doing a lot of the techniques and the practices and the inner work together. A private masterclass there. So, you know, the more, the merrier in numbers, the more potent transformation we will feel in our lives. But in general, the Art of Sensuality Deluxe is on sale, so new bonuses added on to that. If you already have it, you'll see the bonuses coming in real soon. But you can go ahead and get that. It's on sale from $222 to $111. It's on sale for $111 till the end of this month. You can go pick it up right before February 25th and do all the fun stuff in it. And I'm going to catch you guys next week. And go ahead and read your Aquarius season scopes on my Instagram at Tatianna Tarot. I'll see y'all real soon. Peace.